millions of households are really facing a cost of living crisis at the moment, and we're doing everything we can to keep our prices as low as we can. One of the things you can see in our results today is that we're inflating behind the market. And look, day in, day out, we're working really hard to keep our prices as low as we possibly can, because that's what our customers need us to do. Of course, as inflation in energy and the cost of living and food prices has gone up, customers are watching every penny and every pound. And what we're doing is doing everything we can across our company to put as much into lowering prices as we can. And that's why we're inflating behind the market. Prices at Sainsbury's are going up slower than anywhere else at the moment.
Now, you've said that by the end of March next year, you will have invested £500 million in price cuts. What are you looking at beyond that?
The value for money is going to be critically important for customers, for the medium to long term. And so that's the reason when we launched our new plan back in November 2020 that we've been so focused on being more competitive. And so this isn't an issue just for the here and now. This is about presenting the best value we can to our customers on thousands of products every day. And so the progress we've been making has been very much determined to make sure that on those things that we all buy every day and every week, the products we put in our baskets most frequently is where we're putting all of this value investment. As you say, £500 million up until March next year. And we are specifically focused in areas like our Sainsbury's quality, Aldi price match. Lots of those products are the things like fruit and vegetables and meats and poultry and dairy products that we all buy every week. And we are as competitive as we've ever been there. And we are very focused here on making sure we do all we can to bring prices down. We have a lot of our products in what we call a price lock, and we've just put 20% more products into our price lock. And these are things that we all buy to put in our cupboards every week, cereals and packaged goods and household products. And what we're seeing is customers moving more and more into buying own brand, because of course they can get the products that they want to buy, but often at substantially lower prices than the branded products.
What kind of assumptions are you making on the future trajectory of food price inflation? Where do you see it peaking?
Well, of course, there's a lot of pressure in the system. We can all see that, and we're hearing about it, aren't we? The cost of producing goods, the cost of energy to make the food that we buy and eat every day, the cost of labour, and the cost of a lot of the raw materials and ingredients. So there's more pressure in the system on inflation as we look ahead, I think, which is why we're so focused at Sainsbury's in making sure we keep our prices as low as we possibly can. And particularly at this time of year, of course, people are thinking ahead to the Christmas period. Everyone's watching every penny and every pound at the moment. And so as there's pressure on inflation, that's the reason why we're battling so hard to make sure that we keep prices as low as we can.
I think you've said today that some consumers are actually spreading their Christmas purchases. They're already buying ahead of Christmas.
For all the obvious reasons, all of us are looking to spread the cost of Christmas, aren't we? And we saw, earlier in the autumn, customers starting to plan ahead for Christmas. We've seen, at the end of the month, when the paychecks have been coming in, people have been thinking ahead for Christmas. And that's meant, I think, that customers are really thoughtful about what they might want to buy now, maybe ahead of when they would normally have done it. But of course, we've got 7 to 8 weeks, 7 weeks to Christmas now. And, I think we're yet to see how consumer spending patterns will really pan out this Christmas. I think budgets are very tough, as we know, for millions of households. And so it's really this month we'll see to what extent customers are going to really pull back their spending this year.
Now, Argos has just reported its first sales growth in a quarter for more than a year. How concerned are you about ongoing supply chain issues in GM?
Supply chains have been challenged over a long period of time. And actually through this period, retailers more generally have had to become very agile in how they've thought and planned to make sure we have products in stock. And so in our general merchandise business, in Argos specifically, we're encouraged with the performance we've had so far this year. We saw sales up in the second quarter, and that's as customers bought products for outdoor, for the holiday period, given the good weather in the summer. And as we look ahead towards Christmas, we've been doing a lot of planning to make sure we've got the products that customers want to buy. There will always inevitably be supply chain challenges, but in the main, I think we're in a good place for this Christmas with a World Cup, clearly just before Christmas this year for the first time. So that will bring a different set of challenges into the mix the week before Christmas as everyone plans for those occasions. But we think we're in good shape. And the most important thing that we're thinking about every day is how do we keep our prices as low as we possibly can for customers, and how do we make sure as we go into Christmas that we've got good availability of everything that people want to buy.
You mentioned the World Cup there. I mean, this is a real challenge for you, isn't it? How are you going to get consumers to sort of switch their mindset from buying in beer and pizzas one moment to sort of Christmas decorations the next?
I think you make a really good point. It's happening in such close succession, isn't it, in terms of World Cup into Christmas? Obviously, depending how much progress we make through the World Cup itself, it's going to be very close indeed, I think, with the Sunday before Christmas, potentially the final. So look, I think it's very much on our mind. We've been planning for it for a long period of time. And, I think what we're going to see through the rest of the autumn and into winter is that customers are going to spend more time at home. So I think in many ways we'll see the World Cup, we think, being more of a at-home occasion, perhaps than we would see in the summer. We're going to have lots of great products and lots of great value for family and friends wanting to get together to enjoy the match. And we'll be making sure we do the best job for customers as they prepare for that. And then straight into Christmas, as you say. And of course, the last few days to Christmas are always the busiest. And so look, we've got fantastic colleagues and teams across our business preparing for this at the moment to make sure that we don't let customers down and we give them everything that they want.